Okay, hopefully my microphone's on and I'm not just talking into a void for however many minutes this will take. Greetings, people of future. Yes, that's right, this is Hapo speaking. I wonder how many of you are face-palming for pronouncing my name wrong for years. Don't worry, I've probably been doing the same to you. So, my epic voice of awesome is reaching from the past to your brain to inform you that I, Hapo, have been tagged for the first time ever on YouTube by Violet221, who I'd like to consider a dear friend of mine despite the fact that we've met in person on maybe 3 separate occasions. I apologize deeply for that, and Anywho, according to this thing, I have to state 8 random facts about myself. I have a tendency to repeat things, so you probably already know these. If you haven't, maybe we have something in common and we can be best friends forever! Yay! I'd like to be friends. Please be my friend. Okay, number 1. I suck at improvising. Therefore, this entire video has been scripted. I am serious. I've got the word file right here. 99% of the words I've already said, I have read directly off of this file. This is probably a direct result from me not trying to improve my abilities at communicating with people in person. Usually before I make a video or say anything that seems improvised, I have already planned out the whole conversation in my head. Usually these don't end well, as other people feel like messing up my carefully laid plans. I just can't seem to have a coherent thought without writing it all down. Even then, I can't get things across to people because I haven't explained it to myself yet. Okay, number 2. I really like to hear myself speak. I say hear with air quotes because it's not so much me listening to the sound of my own voice, but reading what I've typed. After writing, drawing, animating, or whatevering something, I will go back and read or watch or look over it 1,000 times. That's probably not exaggerating, but 80% of the time I'm praising myself for being such a genius, laughing at myself for being the most hilarious person I know personally, and just generally soaking up my own awesome. The other 20% of the time I'm insulting myself and vigilantly finding spelling mistakes and generally being a grammar Nazi. Number 3. I have a strange habit of not eating. I do not eat for most of the day. I will consistently go up every hour or so and wander around the kitchen looking for something to eat, knowing there's either nothing or nothing simple enough that I don't have to make it myself. And all this time I spend doing this, I could be spending learning how to cook or actually bothering to make things, but no. I subsist on chocolate chips, water, and hot chocolate for the entire day until food materializes itself. I have some chocolate chips here, actually. They're kind of my reward for finishing this thing. I keep telling myself I should bake cookies today, but if there's too much stuff on the counter, I mentally go, forget it. Nope, not gonna do it. Okay, number 4. This is going pretty fast, huh? I used to be a very arrogant person. I attribute this to living in the United States for 4 years, surrounded by Americans. Who else? For those of you who don't know me, I am in fact 100% Canadian. Now that I'm back in Canada, my arrogance has been slowly receding, and I think I'm almost at a Canadian, quote, level of modesty too. Canadian as in, I am modest about absolutely everything, even though I know that I'm awesome. Or pride in modesty, for short, which is, I suppose, kind of an oxymoron, but this is opposed to the American level of modesty, or, we are the most awesome at everything! On one end, and on the other end there's the Japanese level of modesty, as in, I'm going to deny everything that you say to make you look good. It's actually pretty nice. Number 5. I don't know. I'm kind of a language nerd, and I seem to be naturally good at remembering foreign languages as long as I practice fairly often. My French is fading, but I've been learning Japanese in a classroom setting for the last 2 years. It's actually a pretty easy language to learn, so to all the kawaii desu fangirls, I recommend actually doing some research if you can't find an official class to learn it in yourself. And saying that reading books would prioritize it over the internets, by the way. Even though I said that, I think watching anime and listening to music in the original Japanese and memorizing lyrics and stuff like that is a fantastic way to improve your pronunciation, pick up words, etc., etc. But if you're going to practice Japanese, using full sentences is better. Using full sentences is better than saying kawaii desu in English ones. And it might not be a bad idea to improve on English before you pick up a second language. Seriously, God, oh my God. People in my grade can't spell. Oh, I hate it. Number 6, in saying that, it seems everything I know I've learned from books. Only a very small amount of anything I know to be true is from experience. Yeah, I don't really get out much. I'm an observer that learns from the experiences of others, fiction or non-fiction. Therefore, I seem to have avoided a lot of life's joys and problems without trying. That's not to say I don't have problems or joys of my own, but my existence is rather a quiet one. Most of the things I know I either learned from school or reading. All of my skills in drawing can be attributed to art class and reading, but lately it's been expanding due to the internet and the DeviantArt community. Thanks, guys, you're awesome. And also just a little afterthought there. This trait of mine seems to lead to me picking up memories that I don't really have. I can never remember if I actually did something, or if I heard somebody talk about doing something, or if I read it in a book somewhere. It's really confusing. And I can't remember if it's like a dream I had, or I actually did it, and sometimes I make up things in conversation, and I don't know if I actually did them. Usually I'll tell you, I don't know if that's actually true. I think it's true, but it's there, nonetheless. Anyway, number 7. You probably already know this, but I live for fan art. I mean, even just a comment can make my day. Seriously, either on DA or YouTube, I don't care. Just comment. Oh, I love it. I sit for hours on my computer waiting for messages when I should be being more productive. In fact, I was doing just that before I remembered I had to do this video. Anywho, I love feedback. Telling me things that you like, even if they sound redundant, it just brightens my whole week, seriously. Just, oh. It's like, I'm trying to find something awesome to compare it to. It's like, I don't know, I can't think of anything. I'm usually really good at making analogies, just not on the spot. I have to think about them for like a year. Anyway, number 8, and finally, and yay, my favorite part. Best for last, the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that I'm incredibly obsessive. And right now, my number 1 obsession of all time is Access Powers Italia. Fangirls. I'm probably playing something from it in the background of this video. Oh my god, I love the Delicious Tomato song. Oh, it's so great. It's great because it's pretty recent and the community is fairly easy to follow once you're inside, so it's not really something I have to, you know, catch up on or find like absolutely everything, and it's all, pretty much all in one place. So I've completely devoured all the scanlations I can get my hands on, and I'm checking up all the time like, hey, new scanlation, huh? No one has really criticized me for liking it yet, but I'm preparing myself for arguments against it because I know, you know, somebody's gonna come up with this. Major thing is people are gonna be all nitpicky about the fact that it's a really happy-go-lucky, fan-surface-y Japanime version of a very dark time in history, and I know that's kind of an issue. I've heard that a lot of people actually appreciate this because they're afraid to see greater severity in something that's made learning fun for them. Something that dark could seriously offend people, so I suppose it's better to lightheartedly, you know, poke at stereotypes. And might I just say that their stereotypes are so perfect. I'm Canadian, I've seen the character for Canada, I've lived in America, I've seen America. Oh my god, they are absolutely spot on. Where was I? Anyway, so it's a lot of blame for an author to bear if you end up offending somebody, seriously. But even though I said that, in saying that, I do believe that loose characterizations, the endless source material and all that, allow the fans to make what they will of the series. So, whether they use it for, like, just trying to keep up on their history grades or whatever, or if they use it to educate other people, or if they actually want to draw out some of the darker parts of it, they can do that without upsetting the fan base, because pretty much anything is canon, just as long as it's historically, even if it's not historically accurate as far as, you know what I mean. That's another thing. Most of the people I've seen who are into Italia aren't, you know, idiotic fangirls like, oh my god, Sasuke! Oh, he's so hot! Oh my god, I love him! Oh, I'm gonna marry him and have all 20 of his children! They're not like that yet, because it's not gotten that much exposure, but most of the people that I've actually met are history nerds, or culture nerds, or, you know, or cooking nerds, or something. Which is great, because I'm kind of one of those too. That's just one more thing we can connect on, all of us, you know? We're just like, oh, yes, nonfiction! It's exciting! I know, I'm a loser, but, that isn't to say that they aren't the sort of people who won't pair up every country on the planet, but that's kind of fun. Anyway, I guess I'll stop there before I get into a full-scale rant. Once I've organized my thoughts, I might do a little series or something of rants, but, you know, not now. No. So, I hate tagging people so much. And plus, I have no friends on YouTube. Hi, shout out to all 3 of my friends. So, if you want to do it, go ahead. And I welcome tagging me in the future, because otherwise I won't do it at all. Yeah, so I suppose that's it. HapoEatsWaffles out.